Yes, so massive welcome back to the Fake Kitchen with myself, Gregory D, and today we are making Chinese. We're going to do a chicken chow mein because, well, they're nice, aren't they? The thing is, when you actually break it down, the chow mein is really healthy. You know, plenty of veg in there, you know, it's got the chicken in there. What's not to like about that? I'm going to be cooking about 5 meals today, so if you're cooking for the family, you're in the right place. Also, if you're prepping for the gym, you're also in the right place, because I'll probably box off a few, stick a few in the freezer, and then just pop one out whenever I fancy a Chinese takeaway. A little bit of money saved. So anyway, I've got some chicken. I filleted the chicken earlier. Not filleted, I butchered it, whatever you call it. You know, I took the meat off the chicken. The breasts there, you see the tenders there, and the thigh fillets there. Really simple to do. I'll leave a video in the description if you don't know how to do that. Save yourself plenty of money just chopping the chicken up like this. I'm using thigh and breast. Okay, you can use all breast if you prefer, or all thigh. Ready to go. Okay, so here we go then. First things first, we're going to make some chow mein sauce. I'm using some oyster sauce here. You can get this from any supermarket. It'll be in and around the Oriental food section. If you are struggling though, you can use a couple of tablespoons of soy sauce extra to substitute. I'm using about 2.5 tablespoons of oyster sauce. It's going to go into about two tablespoons of oil that's already in the bowl. I don't know if you can see that or not. On top of that, we go in with the soy. There's about 2.5 tablespoons there, and then about a teaspoon of sugar, a tablespoon of corn flour for thickness, and half a teaspoon of white pepper. I'm going to give that a good mix up, and then just allow that to sit off somewhere comfortable while we work on the veg. So grab about 3 or 4 carry-o-knives. What we want to do with these is give them a wash and take the skin off. I've not managed to do that for whatever reason. I can't remember what the excuse was now, but I should have really taken the skin off. We're just going to clip the ends off and divide them into manageable type pieces. We're going to actually use julienne, these carry-o-knives, which basically means just chopping them into matchstick shaped pieces. So we've got really fancy looking Carry Gillespies at the end of it. So to do that, we just need to take this kind of curved edge off. We're looking to transform these, in the first instance, into cuboids. Then once they're into a cuboid, we sit them off comfortably on one flat side, and we just chop down. And then we stack and chop through. And this is pretty straightforward, but it's a lot easier with bigger carrots. And I've not obviously managed to get bigger carrots, but these aren't the smallest, so I'm not complaining. But the moral is, we want this to look quite fancy. Yes, it does take a bit of extra time, but it's worth it, especially if you're cooking for your missus. She'll see those carrots and she'll be like, you've put some time into these carrots. And it's worth it, you know, but if you're feeling really lazy, you can always grate them. Anyway, into the spring onions. I usually put about 5 spring onions in a dish this size, but for some reason I couldn't find 3. Had basically just gone missing. I've not managed to trace them. I've no idea of the whereabouts, so we're just gonna have to roll with 2 for now. It's not ideal, but it's better than nothing. And what I'm doing with these, a lot of people just chop these into chunks, which is fine, but I'm trying to mirror the aesthetic that we've got going on with the carrots to an extent, that slithery type vibe. So we're going to do a similar sort of thing here, but you can chop these up as you want. Okay, slice up a few cloves of garlic. And then it's cabbage time. Use whatever cabbage you want, whether it's pak choy or bok choy. You know, I've got sweetheart cabbage. It's the only one I could get my hands on, but I quite like it. I quite like this kind of shape. I'm sure it's going to taste good. I'm going to put about half of this in. A nice thin slice once again, in keeping with our slither theme. And then time for the chicken. We're just going to slice this up similarly to the way we've done the veg. Nice thin slices. Take your time then. Then we're going to just drop that chicken into a hot pan with oil. I'm using a wok. If you've got one, it's ideal. If not, you can use a frying pan or something like that. Well, you're going to need a big one because there's a lot of ingredients going in. At this point as well, just before this point, you would normally probably marinate the chicken, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add some of the sauce that we made earlier to the cook at this stage, because I really feel like driving the flavour in at this stage is great. You know, you don't lose much by doing it this way. And not only that, I'm hungry, so it works both ways. So as soon as that chicken's on, get your head into noodle mode whilst keeping an eye on the chicken. Just follow the instructions on the packets of the noodles. Mine says 3 minutes in boiling water, and then as soon as 3 minutes has elapsed, get them out, get them rinsed off to stop them cooking in cold water, and just let them sit off until we're ready for them. And as soon as that chicken is looking about cooked, which is about now, go in with that chopped garlic first and then the rest of the veg. So the cabbage goes in, the carrots goes in, then the bean sprouts, the rest of the sauce, then we'll whack those noodles in, fold it all up, season if necessary, have a good taste, add a bit more liquid oil if you feel you need to, and then it's about that time. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way. This is the perfect time before you forget. Moment of truth then, is it actually any good? I'll be honest with you, I'll be completely honest. Get my chopstick on. Come on, pull it together, son. I had it on perfect earlier. Hang on a minute. That's it. Yes. Bit of chicken in there. Are you mad?